What's going on? What's going on, guys? Jay the Black here. Salute to everyone that's tuning in. Well, we have some interviews that are being done, and one in particular that caught my attention is Ayesha Curry and Steph Curry are doing damage control. They decided to go on Michelle Obama and her brother's podcast to do damage control over the damage that Ayesha Curry has done to this marriage publicly, not privately, but publicly, in the opinions of the public in regards to her statements on various podcasts. Now, she's walking back her comments, damn near apologizing to Steph. I think she finally may understand accountability. We finally may have woken up Ayesha Curry. Ayesha Curry is taking a different approach. She's not hostile towards anybody. She's not blaming anybody else. It looks to me from what I've seen that she's taking steps possibly into accountability, but I think this is all a play. I think this is damage control. Look at the Jay-Z interview. If y'all want me to do a video on Jay-Z, let me know in the comment section. Or I may go live, I don't know, on that topic. I think that was interesting as well. Some damage control going on, and that's what this is. Because why now, and why are both of y'all doing interviews? Like, shouldn't Steph be focusing on basketball right now? This has to be, Ayesha and Steph Curry have got to be the most interviewed couple ever. They even had a TV show together. Ayesha's doing a lot to spotlight herself continuously, even though from her comments, it looks like she's taking steps towards accountability. I still believe that she wants to make this about herself. I don't think Steph cares, but I think that she realizes that she's been embarrassing him for years. And doing this interview, she wants the public to know that she feels bad about it. So she's out here backtracking and walking back things that she said about being attracted, not being attracted to him. Him not being her type, Him not being her type. She knows these things hurt him, and I'm pretty sure that they've had discussions about it, which is why they're both doing this podcast interview and why she's walking back certain things, because she knows it bothers him, not the public response. We've seen Steph Curry lash out at people publicly, but again, they're only reacting to what your wife said, and I think Ayesha knows that, which is why they're doing this damage control interview. When will it end, right? With the damage control interviews. So let's get into this people.com article. So Ayesha Curry clarified her past comments that her husband, Steph Curry, wasn't her type on an episode of Michelle Obama's podcast, IMO, released on Wednesday, March 25th. Ayesha said her comments were very disrespectful. Oh, really? Yo, how many of us reacted to the things that she said, and we said it, I know I did, that they were very disrespectful comments. She also said it was rude before clarifying that she had stereotypical ideas about what jocks were like in high school. But if you look at Steph, does he look like a professional athlete or an athlete? The guy looks like a regular guy that just so happens to play basketball. So it wasn't like he's one of those gym rats that's constantly focusing on athletics and weight room, and that's all he cares about. Doesn't care about school or anything. It seemed like Steph was a high school kid who just so happened to play basketball. And even Ayesha Curry said it herself that she thought that he was going to be a coach, and that she would be the one to have the career, right, as far as entertainment. So obviously you didn't see him that much of a jock if you thought that his basketball career wouldn't go very far. Ayesha admitted that she kind of sold herself short in thinking that Steph wouldn't want to date her, a theater nerd. Ayesha wants to clear a few things up. The Sweet July founder and her husband, Steph Curry, sat down with the former First Lady and her brother for an episode of their IMO podcast released Wednesday, March 25th, where Ayesha addressed her previous comments that Steph wasn't her type. You know this bothers Steph. For her and him to do this interview, for her to clarify comments, lets you know this actually bothered him. It really did. Because if it didn't, they wouldn't be doing this interview. Said that she feels like this is something that gets misconstrued publicly. She told Obama and Robinson. At addressing her husband directly, Ayesha said it's not that you didn't have game. She says she was 14 years old and she was not allowed to talk to boys. Listen, I understand that there are strict parents out there, but is that the excuse that she's going to use? That she was 14 at the time? I'm pretty sure Steph wasn't looking for anything serious. Now, again, she was a theater nerd, which means she wanted to get into acting, right? Is that the excuse she going with, that, you know, she just couldn't talk to boys? But anyway, maybe that's what it was. I don't know. He says, but did she think he was cute? She said, absolutely. That's what she told Steph, admitting that her prior comment was very disrespectful and rude. Well, you said it. Nobody forced you to say that, Ayesha. Nobody forced you to say that you didn't find him attractive. You said it because you meant it. And you want it to be relatable to other women who may, you know, feel the same way. Ayesha then explained why she had a no athlete rule as a teenager, sharing that the rule was born out of a school prompt asking students to list qualities they'd want in a future partner. Says she had a very textbook, maybe misconceptions of athletes, Ayesha said, citing movies and jock stereotypes she had seen. Said no woman ever. What woman says she don't want to date athletes? I've never heard that. I've never heard of a woman, because, you know, we've all been to high school, all of us adults, right? We've seen how girls gravitate towards the athletes. Come on, man. Now, I'm not saying that every girl wanted an athlete, but I just think that there might be a little bit of disingenuous talk there, so to speak, you know? Says she was a theater nerd, so she think she was protecting her peace. The mother of four explained, admitting that she wrote the no athlete rule in capital letters and that her parents actually found the list maybe 8 years ago in an old box of storage. They were like, haha, look at this, Ayesha shared. She went on to clarify something else that frequently gets misconstrued, saying that it was actually her insecurity that led to her to say Steph wasn't her type. Really? What is the insecurity? I mean, we're going to get to it, but y'all see this? What is this, like an intervention? Is this a therapy session? This is definitely a therapy session. That's got to be what it is. It's like a podcast therapy session. This is something you should be telling your therapist, right? People, for some reason, think that she's seen in the past that she had said in the past that Steph wasn't her type. But what she was saying was that she didn't think that she was his type, because this Mr. Cool, and so she kind of sold herself short in thinking there was no way he must just like her as a friend, Ayesha explained. Let me tell you something, man. To all the ladies that are going to watch this video, y'all let me know in the comment section. If you like a guy, okay, and let's say that guy likes you and you're not really sure. 9 times out of 10, if a guy is attracted to you, he's going to let you know. He's going to hint it. He's going to hint it. There's no way y'all are going, you know, you'll be at a point to where you don't know whether he likes you or not. Or he just wants to be friends. Trust me, if you're in the friend zone, you're in the friend zone. Ayesha left the door open for him to woo her when they were students, Steph said. Ayesha added that she was glad that she didn't get friend zoned by the NBA star. Yo, this is a whole 180. This is a whole 180. Yo, she was just so arrogant in her previous podcast interview. I think it was the Call Her Daddy podcast. She was so arrogant. It was all about me. And now she's out here splaining because she embarrassed him and she knows it. And he was unhappy about this. He was very unhappy. When she finally realized that the direction it was going, she verbalized that to him that she was confused. She then remembered with her husband about how he had to come to her house for 2 weeks straight just to play video games with her brothers. Those were the days, the Warrior Star said. Yeah, this is a whole damage control. Let's get in front of this. You know, it looked very bad the last time, and let's just fix this, right? Listen, I ain't got no problem with that. They're a couple. They're allowed to do interviews and speak, but she's done a lot of interviews. But you notice they did this interview together, this public therapy session, because she was out here embarrassing him. But Ayesha has to understand, it's not insecurity, it's jealousy. You said it, that you feel like you should have more. You should be more famous. You should be more celebrated. And that it bothers you that more people shower Steph Curry with attention, with, love and respect than you. You also said that you felt like he would be a coach and that you would be the celebrity of the relationship, or the star entertainer of the relationship, and it never happened. Let me tell y'all something, man. Both of these two this is going to be a very interesting couple of years, because both of them are getting close to 40. And one thing I've noticed about married women, when they get close to 40, they start getting anxious. You know what I'm saying? And they start feeling like that clock is ticking for them to go out and live their best life. Look at Tia Mowry. Tia Mowry destroyed her whole marriage just so she can go be single. And I would not be shocked if they still separated, because if you're out here doing damage control interviews out of nowhere when nobody was asking for it, you wanted to clarify things, and y'all notice that she didn't look to blame people who react to it, even though she said that things were misconstrued by the public. I don't know how people are misconstruing not one but two interviews you did. Well, each got progressively worse. I think when Ayesha's away from Steph, she's more of herself. When she's around Steph, she feels like she has to play a role. Because remember, she's a theater nerd, according to her word. In high school, she was a theater nerd. And you notice when she's around Steph, she feels like she has to play a role, which is why she's in this interview taking accountability for embarrassing him. Of course, what it looks like, accountability for embarrassing him. But all she's doing is proving everybody right. We were right in our criticisms. And she knows it. He knows it. Which is why they're doing this damage control, because I think they both know that it was a bad look for her to do multiple interviews, and each progressively gets worse. And she's talking about how he isn't really her type, and things that just make you go, oh, there's jealousy there. But we're gonna see, because I don't care how tight-knit these couples look, divorce always happens, especially when you're dealing with professional athletes. It's almost becoming rare to see these couples maintain after these players retire, right? Because somebody in there just is ready to just leave. And who do you think that person always is? So let me know what's in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. Like this video and share it. Follow me on all my social media platforms, and I will see y'all next one.